A good way to think about this, since our clients are mostly higher education, is to think about the advising process. So most people put a lot of effort into building out advising structures and organizations for your students. Okay, if you think of the advisor as the steward, right? So you don't do advising at your campus by having the stewards meet, daily and talk about students without them, right? Advising is more about this particular student. There's a point in time where they're trying to make some sort of decision. They're deciding what to register for. They're thinking about picking a major. Maybe they're struggling in school and they have to make some decision on how to retain themselves, how to retain through college. So, or the advisor has somehow identified a student who is in threat of retention, and there's a process in which to reach out to them. But there is a direct contact for them. They know how to interact just in time with that advisor to do that. So they know who their advisor are, so they know some process with which to schedule advisory, or they have a knowledge base, a catalog to go look at and see, what are the requirements for this major, what's the how many credits is this class, all the types of things that they want to know is stored in this. So if you look at your governance process in the same light, where this might be, the student instead might be replaced by a report writer, or might be replaced by someone consuming a report, or someone who is wants to request some information. As part of that process, they have questions, they have needs. What do we mean by this? What does this data mean? Where do we already have a report like this? Where do I find the information in my student information system? All those types of questions come up during, at the moment. So we can insert into this these data governance steps. You have your stewardship. Who are these people? The process with which they, are able to reach out and interact. Adoption. How do you get people to use this process? The content that's in, having a knowledge base and all that information documented somewhere, and completeness, the effort to keep that information up to date and as complete as possible. So in lieu of anything that we're going to talk about here, the one takeaway is, as you think about implementing data governance, think about how you do advising at your institution, and insert the role of, instead of a student needing an advisor, insert your report writers, your people submitting data requests, and your people looking at reports. And that'll help you guide some sort of best practices around that. All right.